Hello humans, I'm the AlienDoctor, but you can call me Alien, and welcome back to another episode of AlienCraft Season 2. In today's episode, I want to work on building up a super smelter, and there is a couple of reasons why I want to build a super smelter. Number one, they're kind of just useful to have. Number two, more importantly, this is going to be our storage system, and we need lots of glass for the redstone of the storage system, which we're of course going to have to smelt down, so it's just useful having a super smelter and stuff like that, and a lot of these builds will include glass. We have a brilliant supply of bone meal, but not a particularly large supply of glass. So yeah, that's just going to help us basically mass produce glass, geez. Also, if you're wondering, this is what my current furnace system looks like. It is literally just 4 furnaces with apparently a couple of pieces of spruce planks in them. So yeah, we really need to ramp up production on this. Now, one other thing to point out is that in the previous episode, we fixed the fortress farm, and the fortress farm produces both coal and blaze rods, which both can be used as furnace fuel. So we already have a great source of fuel for this thing. We just gotta build it first. So this is the plot that I've marked out. The plan is to actually have it be 32 blocks long, but maybe I'll actually make it a wrap around and it be 64 so that we can smelt a full stack of items. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think the first thing we need to do is head into the creative testing world. So over here in the creative testing world, I have created the little bit of groundwork for our design today. So first of all, I have this redstone clock right here. It's powered by the comparator, and as you can see, it is built so that it will power this redstone line up here. And the idea is that we'll then be constantly powering and unpowering these hoppers. The reason for that is so that the items are actually shared properly between the furnaces. So you can see here I did a test earlier with 64. There are 32 furnaces in here, which means each should have 2, which as you can see right here, it does. So let's just run it again so that you guys can see. We have 64 blaze rods in here. We're going to let the hopper minecart go, and that will evenly distribute the blaze rods across all of the hoppers right there. The reason for this is because the hoppers are constantly being locked and unlocked, so they're not picking up, more than they should, basically. And there we go. You can now see that each actually has... Oh, well, that's kind of weird. This first one has 5, as does this one. And this back one has 2? Huh. Well, I'm not quite sure why that happened, because as you can see right here, the redstone is reaching it. I get the feeling that is just a minor inconsistency with Bedrock Edition, because this is, of course, Bedrock Edition, and, it's a thing that happens. And yeah, that's basically the basics of this system actually done now. All we need to do is make a simple collection thing, which we can do pretty easily on the server. I don't really think I need to design something for that. Also, I said server. Obviously, AlienCraft is a single-player world. So let's head back on to the single-player world. That is, of course, AlienCraft Season 2. So I figured I should probably give you guys a progress update, seeing as I've been kind of just getting on with this. And as you can see here, we have made some pretty good progress. I have just marked out the areas for where we are going to have the actual redstone clock coming into, just with the lever right now. And I also have my camera account actually AFKing over at the iron farm to get more iron so I can make more hoppers, because I don't actually have any more hoppers in here, and I don't have any more iron to make any more hoppers, which is why the camera account is AFK at the iron farm. So I have just kind of done a test on this first one because I was running out of food. As you can see here, we've only got 4 cooked cod. So I've just sent this hopper minecart off with some blaze rods to fill up the fuel, as you can see here. And then I put some raw cod in the actual furnaces so that I could obviously have some more food. And as you can see here, I am, getting all of the cooked cod that I put in. One thing I was worried about is whether the hoppers actually back up, but you can see there that they have barely backed up. I imagine that all the hoppers are empty by the time the next item is finished smelting, so it's very rare that these things get backed up. So I do believe I have now finished this super smelter, so I'll kind of show you what it's like. Bear in mind that we actually need some more glass to cover up the rails on the floor here and the redstone. However, we kind of need to smelt more sand before we can get more glass. So yeah, we actually need to have this thing working before we can do any of that. So anyway, one other thing I did have to do is actually extend the building a little bit. So there we go. Let's just make some more doors again. But yeah, I had to extend the building a little bit because we've got over here where we put in the ingredients, so we can just put in whatever we want to smelt in here, like stone or whatever it may be. In fact, let's actually get some sand and we'll do a live demonstration. So before the episode, I collected up all of this sand, and I believe, yeah, there's actually still some left in these furnaces as well, so we'll grab some of that. And what we can do now is actually put this sand into these chests, where they will then go in the hopper, or sorry, the chest minecarts underneath, because I realized that would probably be a smarter way to do things. So anyway, we can just wait for like all of these to go through, or at least some of them. As long as one stack has actually gone through, then all of these furnaces will actually be active. So as you can see here, this is the 32 blaze rods from all of those furnaces that I just took out, and then we've already got some in the hopper minecarts, which you can actually... Interesting, you can actually kind of click on them through this corner. Huh. Or I could. There we go. That's a fun little bug. I haven't seen that one before. Well, this one you can't. That's interesting. But this one you can. Huh. Okay. So we are going to flick this lever. And as you can see here, the redstone clock activates. All of the all of the minecart chests all get activated and all go and put their items into the hoppers. And in a second now, all of these furnaces, yeah, there we go, are going to run out of fuel, which means we can, of course, turn off the system because we don't have any fuel left. And I actually haven't made a proper output chest yet. That is something that I haven't thought of, but you can see here, we now have plenty of glass in here. But yeah, anyway, in one of these, yeah, I have loads of bone meal. And then the plan is to turn this all into white glass, because we're going to need white glass for lots of the various different builds in this area, including this build right here. And we should just be able to put white glass here and yeah, here, so that we don't go falling into the rail system. It's still not ideal that we have these big holes in the system, but to be honest, I don't really think it's that much of an issue. It is just a slight annoyance, I guess. So I've been thinking about what the best way to do it would be for the actual item, like chests, where obviously all the items that are smelted come out. Like, you know, we actually, funnily enough, need a place to put them. So I actually think that I'm going to use a water stream or a bubble column and stuff, because I quite like the idea of the items coming up and over out. Like, I don't know, I just kind of like the idea of having like a water pipe where the items come up and over. And then in terms of where we actually put the output chest, I was thinking we just put it perhaps here or something. I quite like the idea of us having a water stream in there, or a bubble column or whatever, just like, and having items on show being transported around. I don't know why I quite like that idea. It's always something that I quite like. And well, haven't really done that much in this world, to be completely honest. So as you can see right here, I have the basic water streams. I haven't actually hooked up the droppers to make an actual auto dropper or anything like that yet. But the idea is the items will go into this water stream, where they'll then go through here. And then on this furnace array, they will go into this hopper, where they'll obviously go into the same chest. And on this water stream from that furnace array, they're actually going to go across into the other hopper. So we've kind of got the items sort of crisscrossing in a way, which I think looks pretty cool. So yeah, it's just something a little bit different and stuff that I thought I might as well try, because why not? So anyway, I think that is actually this farm done, or I guess not farm. I guess that's actually the technical part of this build done, of the super smelter. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing else that we need. So now what I'm going to do is actually log the camera account on, so that we can run the fortress farm for a second, get some blaze rods, and probably also some wither skeleton skulls and stuff like that. So that we, of course, actually have some furnace fuel for that massive thing. And I've also grabbed some coral fans, as you can see right here, because if I remember correctly, the kill chamber was having some minor issues where the mobs weren't getting out. So hopefully using these coral fans, the mobs will actually get out the portal properly. Right, so I'm back here, and over here at the AFK spot, if I could actually land on it properly. There we go. I've got a chest, which we can obviously put these 4 minecarts in when we are done with running this thing. So unfortunately, I didn't get it on camera, which is a shame, but I just died. I'll show you what happened in a second. I just gotta like actually get back to my stuff first. So luckily, I had a bit of spare gear in my ender chest, as you can see over here. And yeah, there is also going to be a ton of mobs surrounding my body, so I should get some totems. I have the coordinates on my second screen. But yeah, the circumstances that I died, well, I'll show you them in a second, are a little bit strange. So yeah, this spare gear is actually used to be my brother's when he played on this world once. And yeah, it's just spare gear that I had knocking about in my ender chest. I've obviously got some totems here and this random unenchanted diamond axe that I found. So yeah, basically, what happened, right, is I was in the Nether Fortress farm, as you saw in the previous clip, doing stuff and things. I went through one of the portals because I forgot where the overworld kill chamber was. So I went through one of the portals in the actual farm in the Nether, and it brought me to the wrong portal. So it would appear that the portals have actually unlinked, which is actually really, really annoying, or they've linked in the wrong place or something. I don't know what's going on, so we're going to head over there and investigate right now. Okay, so there we go. We can see the actual kill chamber literally right there. So just past that, I believe, is where I died. Yeah, there it is. There's where I died. Because you can see over here, the wrong portal was created or something like that. And most of these mobs have despawned, which is brilliant news, actually. Other than that guy, I didn't even know whether skeletons could pick up swords that weren't theirs. Oh, I even got a skull from that. Don't mind if I do. Okay, and this guy has, like, literally all my armor and elytra. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to kill this guy first because I don't want him attacking me. And then, okay, this guy doesn't have a particularly good sword, literally only good armor, which is obviously my armor. So yeah, that was pretty easy to kill. Cool beans. So what happened is I went through the portal in the farm, and basically it for some reason created a new portal right here instead of taking me to the kill chamber, which is mildly concerning. So we're going to have to see if this farm actually runs as it's intended to. Before we do that, as you can see there, I'm just going to break that nether portal because we obviously don't want it linking to the wrong farm and stuff. I'll also get the camera account on so that we can, yeah, begin AFKing at this place. So despite the fact that obviously a different portal was created over there when I went through it, all of the mobs are actually going through this portal and appearing here. So I'm going to get some temporary blocks because it looks like we're missing some glass up there. But what I actually want to do is add in this tube coral fan here. And the reason why I'm adding it here is because I'm hoping, oh my goodness, that is so many blazes. I'm hoping that the mobs will pathfind off more easier. There is just so many mobs. Good job I brought like 3 billion totems. Holy moly. Wow, that's loads of mobs. Oh, and I'm an idiot. I forgot to throw in the tridents. Oh no. Jeez, everything is going wrong. Am I even going to be able to get that in there? No is the answer. Okay. Oh dear, I'm in a block. What? Okay, let's try this again. There are still mobs coming through, which is probably not the best idea. Where did the trident even go? Oh my goodness. There is stupid blaze rods in the way. Oh, there's the trident. Wow. Go away, Mr. Blazers. Thank you. Okay, finally we have a trident in there and a blaze. I don't know if both of the tridents ended up in there. I don't care anymore. I'm just trying to place in some coral fans. Leave me alone, guys. Okay, so hopefully if I place these coral fans here, then the blazes won't fly up because I'm hoping they're just going to see that as a full block. Now, I'm slightly concerned. Okay, never mind. Mobs are still coming through. I was going to say I'm slightly concerned that stuff stopped coming through, but it is definitely coming through. Okay, so it's been some time now, and in total we have 58 blaze rods, as well as 3 wither skeleton skulls and 30 pieces of coal, which I'm going to take back with me. I'm going to leave all that stuff here. And yeah, I'm just going to stop the farm, because I'm going to be honest, I'm not a massive fan of this farm. So basically, the issue with this farm is that it just never works. Even just then, I was having tons of various issues with the minecarts and stuff. And I mean, you can see here, I'm having to kill mobs, portal linking. Yeah, we need a new solution for getting blaze rods. And if possible, for getting wither skeleton skulls, which I don't think is very likely that we come up with a new solution, but that's not really a major issue. To be completely honest, we have got enough for now. So next I searched through all of my different chests in the search for either more blaze rods or coal for furnace fuel, and I actually did find some, which is of course good news. So I then ran a test just with some iron and some sand and that sort of thing, and yeah, overall the super smelter worked. There were no issues, so I then hopped into this time lapse, which you're about to see right now, because we need to build a building around this thing. So unfortunately, we're going to have to pause that time lapse there. Whoa. Anyway, as I was saying, so unfortunately, we're going to have to pause that time lapse there because I have run out of materials to make more cyan terracotta, and I have just run out of white concrete in general. So we're going to need to go get some more sand because I believe that's what we are lacking in right now. And as you can see here, I've also had to go ahead and place around some sea lanterns to stop mobs from spawning. So we could also do with figuring out how we're going to light this place up, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't think of any way we can light it up. So I gathered up many cactus to smelt down into the green dye, which is what I have done, and we can use that to make cyan dye, which we can then, of course, use to make some more cyan terracotta. So here we go. There's absolutely tons of cyan terracotta, and we can make even more, and I have some undyed terracotta over there, so I will do that in a second. We also have all of this bone meal and all of this sand and gravel that I gathered up earlier, so we can use that to make a white concrete powder. So basically, what I'm saying is I've done some resource gathering, so let's continue on with this time lapse. And one time lapse later, and we have finally finished the decoration for the building for this thing. Sure, it is probably not the prettiest building that you've ever seen. What? How did I get in here? Oh dear. Okay, that works. Cool beans. But yeah, what I have done is, as you can see, used sea lanterns for lighting. So just in places in the floor, we've got sea lanterns surrounded by the cyan terracotta, because I always quite like that design. And that's just how I've added lighting, and you can see how I've added it on top of these redstone blocks and stuff like that. It's not ideal. Oh yeah, also I ran out of cyan terracotta, so I need to get one more for there. It's not ideal. As you can see there, for example, the ceiling is still quite dark, but at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to have any mobs spawning on the ceiling, so hopefully we should be fine. But yeah, overall, I'm super happy with how this came out. So I guess all that's left to say is thank you ever so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe today to join the Alien Empire. YouTube reckons that you might like the video on screen right now, so maybe go check it out. I'll see you in the next video coming very, very soon. Bye.